have a small confession to make.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The time I'm doing this video, I'm 43 years old, and from time to time, I still like playing video games. Now, I was always into video games as a child. You name it, I had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, I even had an Atari, and I would play Pong against my dad, and he would just kick my ass. Now, I'm going to admit that at times, I would cheat the game. If I found out about some cheat code in a video game magazine, I'd immediately start using it and claim it's cheating goodness. And if you played video games, I'm pretty sure you can share this sentiment. Now, some cheat codes gave you more lives, while others made you invincible. If there was one consistent virtue about cheat codes, is that they would all be awesome. Now, the thing about the fitness industry is that it's very similar to video games, is that it challenges you to be your best, and also it has its own very set of cheat codes. Some cheat codes allow you to become stronger, others allow you to gain more muscle. And after 23 years of working out and 20 of those coaching others, I've come across my own set of cheat codes that you can use to optimize your workouts. Now, I want to give you some context on this video in the fact that I want to mention that I'm not a juiced up bodybuilder or some fitness influencer. I'm a coach who's in reasonably good shape, and I help normal people who have businesses and families become lean, energetic, and healthy in a way that fits their lifestyles. So if you're looking for me to be jacked out of my gills or to have my shirt off while giving this advice and doing push-ups on my Lamborghini, this is not the video for you. So with that being said, here are the cheat codes that I know at 43 that I wish I knew at 23. Number one is to count backwards from your desired rep target. This actually tricks your mind into finishing the reps because our minds need to finish things. When you count backwards, what happens is that you actually have this need to finish the repetitions rather than stopping at some arbitrary number. Number two is creatine is the most researched supplement on the planet. It not only helps you gain muscle, but it also has been shown to increase and improve your cognitive function. It is only in the exceptional cases that people take creatine and they start to see side effects. So I would always recommend for the person who doesn't see these side effects to get 5 grams daily and to make sure that you're getting creatine monohydrate with no fillers, because that is the best type to get. And it's super cheap as well. Number three is to eat at least 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This is going to help you maintain, if not build muscle. I've done this a lot with a lot of clients, and this also with protein specifically is a way that we can not only retain muscle, but also sometimes build muscle if we do the right things inside the gym while they are burning fat. And also protein is the most anabolic of all the macronutrients. I definitely say as you get older, you want to be eating more of it, definitely not less of it, due to the fact that as we age, we go into sarcopenia and we start to lose muscle. So protein becomes one of the most important macronutrients, especially as you age. Number four is to do plyometrics before a lower body workout, and also med ball throws before an upper body workout. What this does is it actually trains your nervous system to use power while lifting. And also, again, as we age, power is one of those things that we lose, and training it within your workouts is not necessarily the thing that you want to be programming it. It's better to program it in the beginning because it's going to turn on your nervous system and it's going to allow you to use that power within the workout. Number five is to do your weakest muscles at the beginning of your workout. And also, if you have a weak side, either right or left, when you're doing single joint movements, you want to start with the weakest side. And the reason why you want to do this is because a lot of times when you're doing workouts, especially if your forearms are weak or if you have like weak traps or there's some part of your body that you want to get up to speed, you know, it's just really hard to do it at the end of your workout. You want to prioritize it at the beginning when you have the most motivation and also when you have the most energy. Number six is if you want to build muscle and get stronger, you have to aim to get a little bit better. This is called progressive overload. And progressive overload is simply when you gradually increase the weight, the frequency, or the number of repetitions inside of your training routine. What this does is it actually challenges your body and allows your musculoskeletal skeletal system to get stronger. And there are 12 types, which I'm going to list out very quickly right now. Lift more weight, lift more volume, do the same weight with increased range of motion, lift the same weight and volume with less rest time between sets, lift the same weight with more speed and more acceleration while maintaining good form, lift the same weight with better form and less effort, do more work within the same amount of time, doing the same amount of work in less time, doing more sets with the same amount of weight and reps, doing the same workouts with more frequency throughout the week, doing the same work while losing weight, and lifting the same load and volume, and then extending the set past technical failure using force reps, drop sets, and rest pause training. And that is the 12 best ways to progressively overload your body. So number 7, when you are exercising and working out, think about the muscles that you are using to contract them. This is called the mind to muscle connection. And this is something that all the old school bodybuilders are using or have used. And they've actually done studies around this, and they found that you can actually have more muscle contraction by applying the mind to muscle principle to your workouts. If you want to build muscle, increase energy, and recover faster, you have to focus on your sleep. The better your sleep habits are, the better you're going to become. And I did an entire video on how to optimize your sleep. I'm going to leave it in the description below. And number 9 is when lifting, keep your head and eyes fixed on a point where you'll be able to focus and contract the muscle the most. This is something where it's like if you dart your eyes around when you're doing, like, let's just say a bench press, what that is called is like leaking energy. You want to stay focused and intent on one specific point to get the most muscle contraction, and also to make sure that you're just not leaking any energy by focusing on other things. Number 10 is to allow yourself to take an exercise to failure about 10% of the time. The rest of the time, you should be leaving about 1 to 2 reps inside of the tank. And the reason I say this is because it's just going to be better for your joints. They've also found that you don't necessarily need to take exercises to failure to gain muscle. And in general, you want to leave some reps in the tank just for healthier joints and just to keep yourself safe and to use good form. If you want to build muscle, then you want to focus on lowering the weight under control in about 4 seconds and lifting it in 2. One of the ways that you grow muscle is through time under tension. So you want to use this within your workouts, and a lot of times when a weight gets heavy, try to speed it up. When in fact, if a weight is too heavy and you're trying to speed it up, that means the weight's too heavy for you. So you want to utilize time under tension. It's not about how much weight that you are actually lifting and how fast you're lifting it. It's actually about how much the weight is being lifted under control. Now, if you're limited on time, make sure to use metabolic circuits. These put about 2 to 5 exercises together without rest. You can get a great workout done in half an hour or less. And I've done this a lot with clients, and I actually talk about this in my Lean Body 90 course, and that link is going to be in the description below. Number 13 is to do short dynamic stretches before a workout to increase range of motion and prep your body for the exercises ahead. After you do these dynamic stretches, what you want to do is you want to do body weight movements within that new range of motion, so you can lock in that range of motion and also lock in the muscle contractions within that range of motion to make sure that you are being flexible, but also within that flexibility, you're able to use that flexibility with strength. So number 14 is something that not a lot of people do, which is after your workouts, really enhance the cool down portion. You want to do box breathing for about 3 to 5 minutes after a workout, because what this does is it helps your body get into a parasympathetic state, and it also helps speed the recovery process. And the faster that you can recover, the faster that your body will be able to build muscle, and it's just great from a holistic standpoint. Number 15, and we are getting to the end over here, base your goals around your behaviors. You can't necessarily control your outcomes, but you can focus on controlling your behavior. One of the things with life and just workouts in general is to focus on what you can control. So put your emphasis more on the behaviors rather than on the outcomes. Number 16 is that you're going to get way better results, and you will get much stronger using the same program for 12 plus weeks than trying to change it up every single time that you hit the gym. This was one of my biggest mistakes, and this is the thing I see with a lot of clients, is that they go into their workouts and they do their workouts. They're always doing some sort of random workout, and that's great if you want to just like get moving and exercise, but if you want to get better, it's about doing the same thing over and over over and getting stronger and doing a little bit more, doing those things. So make sure that if that is your goal, that you are just making sure that you are getting into the gym and just repeating the same process over and over while you get stronger at the exercises that you're performing. Number 17 is if you sit at a desk like I'm doing right now, do more face pulls. Okay, so they condition the rear delts and the rhomboids and external rotators, and this reverses the effects of sitting and causes you to not look like a croissant every time that you sit at your desk. The second last one is going to be when you're in the gym, just get yourself a spotter. So getting a spotter has been shown to add about 10% of strength to your workouts. Especially, I'm the one that actually likes to work out on my own. I don't like to work out with other people. Some people do, that's great. But when you work out with other people and when they spot you, that is able to add a little bit more strength. There's something about the environmental aspect of having someone watch you while you're doing your workouts that adds the ego factor in it. And the final cheat code is to leave your ego at the door. Do not look at how other people are lifting. You want to focus on your own journey and enjoy the process. I think the comparison of yourself to other people, especially if you don't know what the person's background is or what the genetics are or what kind of like PEDs that they're using, I think it's just like causes like this dysmorphia inside of our brains of like how we want our bodies to look and how we should be lifting weight or how much weight we should be lifting. So we need to take our egos out of the equation. We need to focus on our own journeys. We need to focus on our own progress. And then that is where you're going to get the most fulfillment out of this journey. And that is it. I'm pretty sure I have more, but I'm going to stop right there. And you have learned within the last couple of minutes what it's taken me to learn 20 years. And I hope that you take some of this advice and you use it to optimize what you're doing inside the gym. And also, if you've gone this far, really appreciate your attention. Please leave a like and also comment below what was your favorite cheat code that I said on the video. And just in general, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to be coming out with more videos of like this every single week. So I'll see you on the next one. Take care and peace.